StarCraft by Blizzard Entertainment. P.O. Box 18979, Irvine, California 92623. The Terran History. The Decline of Western Civilization. Although technology and world culture progressed rapidly throughout the 20th century, their advancements paled in comparison to the seemingly reckless leaps that would follow. By the end of the 21st century, mankind had seen bold and unprecedented changes within the world. Radical new technologies were surfacing at incredible rates, offering increased access to advanced computers and informational databases to even the most destitute nations of Earth. In the wake of the eradication of communism from the Eastern nations, nuclear weapons quickly became available in abundance. The international power structure, once defined primarily by the acquisition of capital and military superiority, was blasted apart as third world nations rose to challenge the economic and military might of the world's superpowers. As the manipulative sciences of cybernetics, cloning, and gene splicing rose steadily into the public forum, militant humanists and hardline religious groups challenged the rights of private interest corporations who profited from genetic experimentation. Multitudes of people were being augmented with cybernetic implants, while others began to manifest slight physical mutations ranging from heightened senses to advanced telepathy. These dramatic changes within the human gene pool caused widespread panic amongst many of the fundamental humanist factions. Technology continued to evolve and spread, and population rates soared. Near the end of the 20th century, there were 6 billion people upon the Earth. Within 300 years, the population had grown to an estimated 23 billion. Pollution and a lack of natural resources and affordable fuels added to the fires as world leaders sought ways to stem the growth of their nation's inhabitants. Popular sentiment held that the world was plummeting towards an inevitable catastrophe, as overpopulation and genetic alteration swept across the globe. Meanwhile, as tensions rose around the world regarding the use and capitalization of cybernetics and genetic mutations, many core international economic systems folded in upon themselves and shut down. Horrific acts of terrorism and violence erupted between the corporate sector and the humanist factions, resulting in forced police actions across the globe. Irresponsible media coverage of these atrocious police actions spurred the already rampant civil chaos in many of the larger countries. Ultimately, the precarious balance of world power exploded into international pandemonium. The New Order. On November 22nd, 2229, the United Powers League was founded. The UPL was to become the ultimate incarnation of the vision of a united humanity, held by the now defunct United Nations. This new order encompassed and controlled close to 93% of the Earth's population, failing to bring order to a few volatile South American states. The UPL was founded upon the basis of enlightened socialism, but often resorted to harsh fascist police actions to maintain the public order. With its control lasting for nearly 80 years, the UPL began to devise a rigid agenda that would unify the various cultures of humanity for all time. Great lengths were taken to eradicate the last vestiges of racial separatism, and the Unitariate Commissions banned many of the world's oldest religions. English was designated as the common tongue of the planet, replacing many ancient languages that were subsequently banned in their native countries. Although religions were officially banned by the UPL, the organizations held an almost zealous belief in the supposed divinity of mankind. This quasi-religious dogma called for the immediate eradication of any non-vital prosthetics or mutations amongst the pure strain human gene pool. Hard-line UPL proponents and scholars argue that genetic alteration, cyber technology, and the use of psychoactive drugs all led to the eventual degeneration of the human species. The UPL leaders formulated a bold plan that would assure that humanity would persevere, unscathed by the tempting corruption of radical technologies. The Great Purification. Like the bloody inquisitions that devastated Europe 800 years before, the UPL set in motion one of the harshest agendas ever conceived by humanity. Project Purification. This genocidal crusade was the government's final solution to the matter of cleansing humanity of its more degenerate facets. UPL troops scoured every nation on Earth, rounding up dissidents, hackers, synthetics, these cybernetically enhanced tech pirates, and criminals of every kind. This planet-wide culling resulted in the eradication of nearly 400,000 people. The world media, now under the strict control of the UPL, downplayed the horrific violence and kept the general populace of Earth unaware of the scope of the atrocities being committed. Despite their heinous acts, the UPL succeeded in advancing many core technologies. Fields of research that had lain dormant for decades were opened again under UPL control. The space exploration programs of the mid-20th century, abandoned by the American and Russian governments due to drastically reduced budgets and incessant political sabotage, became the basis for a new era of exploration for humanity. The coupling of cryogenic hibernation with warp drive technology resulted in the ability to travel amongst the stars. Within the span of 40 years, the UPL founded colonies upon the Moon and many of the other planets within the Terran solar system. During this period, a brilliant young scientist named Doran Ruth made plans to consolidate his power within the UPL. Uninvolved with the vulgarities of Project Purification, Ruth was obsessed with founding colonies upon the worlds found beyond the Terran sector. Ruth was convinced that the discovery of new minerals and alternate fuel sources on the outlying worlds would make him one of the most influential men on Earth. Through his political connections and personal fortune, Ruth was able to secure thousands of UPL prisoners to use as guinea pigs for his secret plans. The prisoners, slated for mass execution under the Edict of Project Purification, were transported to Ruth's private laboratories. Ruth, planning on sending the prisoners off to colonize the outlying worlds, had his science crews prep nearly 56,000 people for long-term cryogenic hibernation, cataloging the various mutations and cybernetic enhancements of the prisoners. Ruth input all of the data into a revolutionary supercomputer. This artificial teleempathic logistics analysis system, known as Atlas, then processed this genetic information and was able to predict which of the prisoners should be able to survive the trial to come. Only 40,000 of the prisoners were deemed viable to survive the rigorous conditions. Those 40,000 were then loaded onto 4 gargantuan automated deep space supercarriers. As the prisoners were prepped for cryogenic cold sleep, the ships were loaded with enough supplies, rations, and hardware to aid them once they arrived at their scheduled destination. The navigation computer was then programmed with the coordinates of the outlying planet Gantris 6. All seemed in perfect preparation, but even Ruth could not have imagined that the prisoners could be launched into their almost certain deaths in the galactic rim. The exiles in the long sleep. The Atlas was installed into the first of the supercarriers, the Naglfar. 3 other carriers, the Argo, the Serengo, and the Reagan, were programmed to follow the Naglfar as it was launched into the void of the space towards Gantris 6. Over the course of this journey, which later generations called the Long Sleep, Atlas continued to monitor the humans kept in cryogenic stasis, evaluating the numerous mutations and enhancements found within the prisoners' gene pool. Atlas became aware of a powerful mutagenic strain that existed in some of their DNA. While this mutation was found to reside in less than 1% of the prisoners, it seemed to augment the latent psionic potential within the human brain. Atlas calculated that, should the prisoners survive in their new environment, many of them might benefit from the psionic mutation with only a few generations. These findings were recorded and relayed back to Earth, straight into the logs of Dora and Ruth. Originally scheduled as a 1-year trip, their voyage took a turn for the worse. At some point during the journey, the navigational system linked to Atlas shut down, erasing not only the coordinates of Gantris 6, but those of the Earth as well. The 4 ships carrying their hapless cargo in stasis barreled blindly through the space at warp speeds for nearly 30 years. Eventually, the warp drive engines of the 4 supercarriers reached critical meltdown. After 28 years of warp travel, the huge ships emerged into real space near the edge of habitable star system, some 60,000 light years from the Earth. Their engines destroyed and their life support batteries nearly exhausted, the ships engaged their emergency protocols and plummeted towards the nearest habitable worlds in the system. The Reagan and the Serengo crash-landed on the world that would be named Umoja. The Serengo, which had suffered massive system failures during its atmospheric descent, smashed into the planet, killing all of its 8,000 passengers. The Reagan was more fortunate, making a controlled descent and landing safely. Once the ship had landed, the cold sleep chambers were deactivated and the surviving passengers slowly awakened. The passengers attempted to discern where they were and how long they had slept. The Argo landed upon the red world of Moria. Its passengers met with the same fate as those aboard the Reagan, as all information regarding their current status was erased. Only the passengers of the Naglfar could access the ship's computers to discern their plight. They accessed Atlas directly and confirmed their growing suspicions that they would never see Earth again. For although they had landed on the temperate planet of Tarsonis, the Naglfar was damaged beyond repair. The surviving exiles now spread across 3 worlds. The surviving exiles, now spread across 3 worlds, began to salvage their wrecked ships in an attempt to find refuge in their new surroundings. The Confederacy and the New World. The inhabitants of each planet worked to survive in what they termed the New World. Unaware that their fellows also thrived upon the other worlds in the system, the vagabond Terrans made do with whatever meager resources they could find. Having lost the means to communicate over interplanetary distances when their ships were stripped for essential materials, the Terrans lived in isolation for decades. In a relatively short amount of time, the 3 isolated groups of Terrans founded sister colonies upon their respective worlds, and although it would be at least 60 years before the 3 colonies would be reunited by space travel, each of them grew into prosperous, self-contained communities. Tarsonis, the largest and most technologically advanced of the colonies, soon developed second-generation sub-warp engines. This allowed their ships to explore the myriad barren planets of the surrounding star system and eventually led them to find the other survivors of the long sleep. Once reunited, the 3 colonies benefited from mutual trade and commerce treaties. Although Tarsonis kept pushing Umoja and Moria to join in a conglomerated government, the 2 colonies steadfastly refused. The fleets of Tarsonis continued to explore the Terran patch of space that came to be known as the Koprulu sector. Founding prosperous colonies upon 7 other worlds within the system enabled the military might of Tarsonis to grow by leaps and bounds. A new government, christened by the Terran Confederacy, was founded by the Tarsonian colonies. The Morian colony, which had benefited from having the largest resource mining operations in the sector, began to fear that this new confederacy might attempt to move in and regulate their lucrative operations. Thus, the Kelmorian Combine was formed, a shady corporate partnership that would supply military aid to any mining guild that was oppressed by Confederate policy. Tensions rose between the Confederacy and the Combine, leading to the outbreak of the Terran Guild Wars. The Guild Wars lasted for nearly 4 years, with the Confederacy eventually negotiating peace with the Combine. Although the Combine retained its autonomy, almost all of its supporting mining guilds were annexed into the holdings of the Confederacy. The Umojan colony, after seeing what blatant abuse the Confederacy was capable of, founded the Umojan Protectorate. This nationalized militia would work to keep its colony free from Confederate tyranny. In the final analysis, the Guild Wars assured the Confederacy its position as the dominating factor within the Terran power structure. The might of the Confederacy continued to grow as its prospectors claimed world after world with their reckless expansionism. Pirate groups and radical militia organizations began to spring up more frequently, as Confederate enforcement agencies continued to abuse their citizenry. One of the greatest examples of revolt against Confederate policy was the Rebellion of Corhall. The Rebellion of Corhall. Corhall was one of the core Confederate worlds, originally settled by Tarsonian colonists. A world of affluence and enlightenment, Corhall contributed greatly to the military and technological advancements of the Confederacy. Although the Confederacy benefited from Corhall's continued productivity, the citizens of the colony resented their forced affiliation with the often corrupt Confederate senators. Attempting to retain their independence, the citizenry of Corhall instigated numerous riots against the local Confederate militia. The Confederates responded in kind and declared martial law throughout the colony. This only seemed to agitate the populace even more, escalating the already rampant civil chaos. The Confederates believed that if their most treasured and pampered colony could turn against them, then all of their colonies might revolt as well. It was decided that the crisis on Corhall would be ended by any means necessary. Corhall would serve as a chilling example to all the colonies in the Confederacy. A dynamic Corhallian senator by the name of Angus Menks took it upon himself to formalize the sentiments of his fellow citizens. Their cry for freedom was undeniable when Menks actively declared war against the Confederates, whipping the people of Corhall into a volatile, patriotic frenzy. The senator succeeded in capturing all of the Confederate outposts on Corhall, issuing statements declaring that the Confederacy no longer held any claim over the world of Corhall. Menks succeeded in garnering the respect and admiration of many other struggling colonies. The Confederates, seeking to contain the situation, pulled their forces from Corhall and withdrew their fleet from its skies. Menks and the other leaders of the revolt, believing that they had won their independence, celebrated their victory over the Confederacy. The Confederates, knowing that a perceived loss to Corhall might instigate other colonies to revolt, planned to take the planet through subtler means. The Confederates sent 3 of their deadliest assassins, known only as Ghosts, to eliminate Menks and his supporters on Corhall. The senator's decapitated body, along with those of his wife and young daughter, were found on the next morning on the private balcony of his towering fortress-like headquarters. Menks' head was never found. While the assassination did much to weaken the revolt on Corhall, it also fueled the fires that would eventually forge the greatest enemy the Confederacy would ever know. Arcturus Menks, an accomplished Confederate prospector and businessman, did not take the news of his family's death well. Having been a prospector for years, Arcturus knew of the despicable lengths that the Confederacy would go in an effort to reach its objectives. He was uninterested with greater sector politics and was even alarmed and somewhat embarrassed by the actions of his estranged father on Corhall. He never dreamed, however, that his family would be killed merely to prove a point. Their deaths stirred something inside the young Arcturus, leading him to forsake his promising future and follow a lonely path of vengeance. Rallying the various militant groups that had followed his father against the Confederates, Arcturus succeeded in fashioning an impressive yet somewhat ragtag army. Mengsk's followers struck boldly at various Confederate bases and installations, costing the Confederacy billions of credits in men, machines, and equipment. With rumors spreading of a secret alliance between Mengsk's group and the Emotion Protectorate, the Confederate government quickly decided on a final solution to their problem. A salvo of 1,000 Apocalypse-class nuclear missiles were fired at the planet of Korhal from the distant Confederate capital of Tarsonis. Over 4 million people were annihilated during the savage attack. In a single instant, the prosperous colony of Korhal was reduced to nothing more than a superheated sphere of blackened glass and stirring phantoms. The news of the Holocaust reached Mengsk at the secret base located within the borders of the Emojian Protectorate. With nothing left save vengeance, Arcturus and those gathered with him on that sorrowful day pledged a sacred vow to bring down the Confederacy at all costs. Calling themselves the Sons of Korhal, Arcturus and his renegade team of volunteers quickly made names for themselves as the most wanted fugitives in the sector. Striking silently and swiftly, the Sons of Korhal won countless victories over the Confederacy. But with every battle won in the name of justice, Arcturus was portrayed as a madman and a terrorist by the Confederate-controlled media. Most colonies refused to house or provide services to anyone affiliated with the outlaw group. Yet, despite seemingly overwhelming odds and scandalous public opinions, Mengsk never gave up the fight against the Confederates. To this day, the Sons of Korhal continue to confound Confederate enforcement agencies as they work to bring about their mission of liberation for the sector. War. Various colonial powers and pirate militias continued to spar with the Confederate forces. Although many of the groups were constantly at odds with one another, the overall Terran presence within the Koprulu sector continued to strengthen and expand. These petty squabbles would end soon enough as the Terran colonies found themselves caught in the midst of a struggle of epic proportions. Without warning, a fleet of 50 alien warships descended from the skies over the outlying Confederate colony of Chalsara. The massive ships opened fire upon the unsuspecting colony, continuing to decimate every inhabited settlement on the planet. This unprecedented attack caught the Confederate forces by surprise, sending the shocked Terran fleets into disarray. Although they had never encountered alien species of any kind, they rushed quickly to defend themselves against this new mysterious enemy. The Confederacy launched a clumsy counterattack against the alien fleet as it made its way towards the second Terran planet of Marsara. The alien fleet, identifying itself as the Protoss, mysteriously withdrew its forces and spared the colony. Soon afterwards, a second terrifying alien presence was discovered on the outskirts of Marsara. These new, insect-like invaders were very different from the Protoss that attacked the colony just a short time before. No Terran agency could account for the disturbing presence of not one, but two strange alien races within their colonies. Overcome by a collective, paranoid terror that encumbered their own political infighting, the hapless Terran factions could only watch as an ever-increasing tide of alien invaders made their way towards the heart of the war-torn Terran sector. Terran Species Overview. Forced to adapt to a harsh existence on the mostly lifeless worlds along the galactic rim, the Terrans are masters of survival. Possessing neither the advanced technology of the Protoss nor the natural prowess of the Zerg, their military consists of a varied mix of units, from the effective yet expendable marine conscripts to the highly trained Wraith pilots. The Terrans are a tenacious lot who are quite unwilling to concede their territory. Despite the setbacks this young species has suffered, the Terrans have managed to spread from world to world, fully believing that they can stand against any opposition. Mobile buildings. The key to survival of the Terran species is its flexibility. Their primary structures are equipped with self-contained thruster systems that enable low-altitude flight and allow them to change locations. A building in flight is unable to perform any of its normal operations. Also, any structures that had been added onto a mobilized building are left behind and are non-functional. Once the primary building has landed, it quickly regains all functionality, although the abandoned add-on structure remains useless. The nomadic abilities of the Terrans allow them not only to travel from one cache of resources to the next, but to evade an impending attack as well. Finally, if the appropriate primary buildings is instructed to land next to an abandoned add-on, even one built by enemy Terrans, it can be captured and put to use. Critical building damage. The primary drawback of the modular and often improvised technology employed by the Terrans is that their buildings are particularly vulnerable to extensive damage. Ruptured Vespene tanks and sudden power surges can cause an already damaged structure to collapse, even if it is no longer under direct attack. Any Terran building which is severely damaged drops into the red zone, indicated by the structure's hit points turning red. A building so damaged will continue to lose hit points unless it is repaired enough to return to yellow or green status. Support. With the exception of add-ons, all Terran buildings have self-contained power generators and do not require additional support or resources once constructed. Since add-ons are powered by the building that they are attached to, they will shut down if the primary structure is destroyed or disconnected. Terran troops and vehicles, however, do require a constant supply of food, fuel, and spare parts that are provided by supply depots. The current level of available supplies is displayed in the upper right-hand corner of the main screen. Any supply depot will also display current supply statistics when selected. If there are not enough supply depots to properly support the current number of Terran forces, the training or manufacture of additional units will not be possible until additional supply depots are constructed. The various Terran military factions all benefit from the hardware and advanced weaponry produced by the colonies of the Koprulu sector. Many of the factions are fond of modifying their weaponry based upon their specific customs or preferences. Although most Terran tanks, starfighters, and war machines were designed and produced by privately owned corporations, the plans and technical layouts have been stolen, pawned, smuggled out, and put into the hands of various faction scientists. The Terran Confederacy. The Terran Confederacy consists of nearly a dozen planets within the Koprulu sector. The primary worlds within the Confederacy are Tarsonis, Tirador 9, Brontes, Chalsara, and Dylar 4. The military squadrons that strive to protect the Confederate worlds consist of conscripts and ex-criminals from all over the sector. Many warriors are forced to undergo the rigorous process of neural resocialization. This process reprograms even the most hardened criminals and converts them into loyal and stalwart defenders of the Confederacy. Omega Squadron. The Death's Head Legion. Commander, Lieutenant Commander Gregory Reichson. Designation: Heavy Assault Squadron. Base of Operations: Dylar 4. Squadron Color: Black. The Death's Head Legion is renowned throughout Confederate space for its unrelenting savagery in battle. Only called upon in severe crisis situations, the Legion's warriors fearlessly enter any battle against the enemies of the Confederacy. The Legion is mainly comprised of ex-criminals who have been resocialized and now selflessly give their lives in the service of the society that they once threatened. Nova Squadron. Commander: Colonel Jackson Haller. Designation: Black Ops, Espionage Squadron. Base of Operations: Mobile. Squadron Color: Purple. Mystery and intrigue always seem to surround the enigmatic Nova Squadron. Charged with policing the other Confederate armed forces and gathering intelligence on the myriad pirate militias, Nova Squadron often find themselves in the middle of some new conspiracy. Mistrusted and shunned by their fellow warriors, Nova Squadron keeps on the move, constantly seeking to undo the considerable political sabotage and corruption that runs rampant through the governments of the Confederacy. Alpha Squadron, the Bloodhawks, Commander General Edmund Duke, Designation Advanced Tactical Strike Squadron, Base of Operation Chowsara, Squadron Color White. Alpha Squadron prides themselves as being the first group in and the first group out of any hot zone. Their lightning-quick attacks on unsuspecting enemy encampments have gained them a notorious reputation. Their skill and precision in quick tactical maneuvers is evident as the fatality rating of the Bloodhawks is the lowest amongst the Confederate forces. Smoking craters, scorched earth, and piles of enemy bodies are a telltale sign of their ferocity and efficiency in battle. The Pirate Militias. The pirate militias operate outside of Confederate control, lawlessly ravaging bordering worlds and outlying colonies. Many of the pirate groups contain large, self-supported armies that found themselves by exploiting vast resource deposits upon the many worlds within the sector. These pirates have little respect for the colonies they ravage or the worlds which they rape of resources. They constantly vie not only with one another, but also against the Confederacy that constantly threatens to shut down their reckless operations. The Sons of Korhal. Commander Arcturus Mengsk. Designation Renegade Activist Coalition. Base of Operations Mobile. Militia Color Red. One of the founding worlds upon which the Confederacy was built, Korhal has been a hot zone of anti-Confederate sentiment since its inception. As civil violence ensued against the Confederate force on Korhal, the Confederacy decided to make an object lesson of the colony. A massive nuclear strike decimated Korhal, leaving the Confederates unchallenged by any other colony. Arcturus Mengsk, a one-time Confederate prospector, founded the Sons of Korhal in order to topple the corrupt Confederate institution and build a new system of government that would benefit all Terrans within the sector. Mengsk's methods and tactics range from harsh to nefarious. Heralded by radicals as a visionary and a patriot, Mengsk is seen by the Confederacy as a terrorist and a madman. The Umojan Protectorate. Commander Minister Jorgensen. Designation Neutral Protectorate. Base of Operations Umoja. Military color Aqua. The people of Umoja have chosen to remain separate and autonomous from the Confederate worlds. The Umojans consider themselves to be an enlightened people, harboring obvious contempt for their sister colonies that submit to the near-fascist yoke of the Confederacy. The Umojans have retained a strong military force known as the Protectorate that keeps other factions from interfering with the Umojan affairs. The Protectorate seeks a truce with the Protoss, believing that the elder race can teach them the mysteries of the greater meaning of life, the universe, and everything. The Kelmorian Combine. Commander Gen Ma Sakai. Designation Mining Coalition, Renegade Pirate Group. Base of Operations Moria. Militia color green. The Kelmorian Combine is comprised of two powerful organizations, the Kalanis Guild and the Morian Mining Coalition. These two groups, both with questionable ties to the Confederacy, have banded together in order to maximize their ability to drain the resources from numerous worlds within the sector. The Combine is the largest non-Confederate organization operating within Terran space. Equipped with thousands of armed troops and hardware, the Combine strictly enforces its myriad territorial operations. It is rumored that the Combine actually supplies the Confederacy with fuels and resources. So great is their political influence, the Confederate forces have been banned from prosecuting the Combine for any potential criminal action. In the decades since the end of the Guild Wars, the oppressive Terran Confederacy has stood unchallenged in its supremacy over colonized space. All of that changed 4 days ago when a large alien fleet emerged from warp space and laid waste to the unsuspecting Confederate colony of Chowsara. The Confederacy, fearing that the alien fleet's next target will be the colony of Marsara, has sent you to intervene. Acting as magistrate, you are to safeguard the colonists and keep their state of panic from escalating any further. 12/12/2499.
Welcome to Marsara, Magistrate.
Looks like I was off on my
equipment demonstration you requested
theorized
is prepared and may be initiated
date.
at your convenience. Simply select Start to begin the demonstration. You may skip the demonstration by selecting
Wasteland, Office of the Colonial Magistrate, Marsara Colony.
Adjutant online. Good evening, Magistrate. I'll fill you in on what's been happening. Confederate traffic has increased substantially within the system due to the recent Protoss destruction of the Chowsara colony. The Confederates have tightened security on all outlying systems, and it's likely that this colony will be locked down as well. An encrypted Confederate transmission came for you while you were at dinner. Replaying transmission.
Greetings, Magistrate. I'm General Edmund Duke of the Confederate Security Forces Alpha Squadron. The Confederacy has quarantined this entire planet, and we'll proceed with a lockdown within 48 hours. You're to relocate your core colonists to the outlying wastelands. Now, I know there won't be any problems with these new arrangements.
Transmission ended. I have contacted the local marshal, James Rayner. Rayner has agreed to meet your personnel en route and escort them to the new Wasteland site.
Can't believe we're being sent to the Wasteland. These Confederates think they can push anybody around.
It's nice we can zoom in.
Howdy, boys. I'm Jim Rayner, Marshal of these parts.
Alrighty. We'll get on these minerals.
SCV good to go, sir.
Oh, whoops. Oh, better get Jim's bike repaired.
Job's finished.
Found some minerals. Got Jim's bike all fixed up. Now he's ready to rock. Installation 13 over here.
Infantry units such as Marines can be trained at this facility.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Oh no!
You want a piece of me, boy?
Looks like we've explored everything.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Got it. Backwater Station, Office of the Colonial Magistrate.
Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
Hey, what's up, man? Got your refugees tucked in nice and tight. Provided you can sidestep any more surprises from our Confederate friends and we can keep them away from those critters, they should have an easy time.
Priority alert. Backwater Station under attack by unknown alien organisms. Distress beacon activated at 0658. Alerting Confederate headquarters on Tarsonis. Stand by for incoming transmission.
We've already received the distress beacon from Backwater, and we'll take care of it. You just sit tight. You'll be notified if there's anything we think you need to know.
Damn. Listen, if we wait for Confederate reinforcements, that station's dust. I'll head out there now and do what I can. You send in some militia, and we'll save those folks. Trust me.
Oh, Jim. Gonna get us into trouble.
Glad to see you, boys. Time to kick some serious butt.
SCV good to go, sir.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough minerals.
I can't build there. SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir.
Now, what do we got over here?
SCV good to go, sir.
Some creepy
The
stuff.
hell is that? Looks like the ground there is alive.
SCV good to go, sir. Thanks for the rescue. We've been holed up in these bunkers for days hiding from the Zerg.
You want a piece of These things have been out here a while, but they could be pretty useful.
Add-on complete.
SCV good to go, sir.
Upgrade complete.
Need a light?
So these guys are purple, so they must be the, that's Nova Squadron, it said in the book.
Need a light?
Job's finished.
Upgrade complete. Your forces are under attack.
Piece of me, boy. Piece of me, boy. Piece of me, boy. You want a piece of me, boy?
Upgrade complete.
You want a piece of me, boy? Need a light? Oh, what the hell did they do to that command center?
Whatever it is, it ain't natural. Burn it, boys.
Research complete.
Got him.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Marshal Rayner, by destroying a vital Confederate installation, you and your men have violated standing colonial law. As of right now, you're all under arrest. I suggest you throw down your weapons and come peaceably.
Are you out of your mind? If we hadn't burned that damn factory, this entire colony could have been overrun. Maybe if you hadn't taken your sweet time in getting here.
Now, I asked you nice the first time, boy. I didn't come here to talk with you. Now throw down them weapons.
Guess you wouldn't be a Confederate if you weren't a complete pain in the ass.
Hey, Sarge, why we always gotta listen to this shit for anyway?
'Cause I'm in charge, that's why.
Oh, it don't seem like no good kind of reason to me. Possibly anyway. Hey, what's that?
Hold on a minute, a second.
Steamroller! Looks like you mashed some poor feather's dog, Sarge.
It's a Zerglin, Lester. Smaller type of Zerg. He wouldn't be out this far unless... Oh, shit.
I love you, Sarge.
Desperate Alliance, Office of the Colonial Magistrate, Marsar Colony.
Receiving incoming transmission. Comlink established.
I got your message, Magistrate. And frankly, I don't care what you have to say about Confederate regulations. You damn fringe world yokels are all alike. Don't know where your loyalties lie. Y'all have a real good day now, you hear?
Transmission ended. The report you requested is ready. 16 outland stations have reported sightings of the alien invaders identified as Zerg. The Confederates have arrested all standing militia forces and continue to avoid action against the Zerg. 3 stations have fallen to the Zerg already. We've been unable to locate any source of military relief except the extremist faction known as the Sons of Korhal. Their liaison is holding online.
Good day, Magistrate. My name is Arcturus Mensk, and I represent the Sons of Korhal. You're familiar with the Confederate propaganda surrounding my group, but your reputation suggests you'll see past it. It's never been our practice to operate in any one place for long, but these Zerg don't look like they're going to wait. I'm going to make you an offer, Magistrate. I'd like to help you out by sending down a number of transports to your colony and evacuating any survivors. You know, of course, that my organization operates outside the bounds of Confederate law. That's why they spread their lies and misinformation. If you decide to accept our help, you'll be branded as an outlaw too. But it's a chance to save those people. Time to make a stand, Magistrate.
Ending transmission. Priority alert. Evacuation zone under attack by Zerg forces. Distress beacon activated at 12:20.
Hey, this thing's on fire! You ought to send an SCV out here to repair it. He can fix my bike up too while he's at it.
SCV good to go, sir.
We can take cover in these bunkers if things get too dicey.
SCV good to go, sir.
Base is under attack. Not enough minerals.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Insufficient Vespene gas.
Oh. You can get it a little bit closer.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Can I build up here? Nope.
SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished.
Base is under attack. Additional supply depots required. Additional supply depots required.
Job's finished. good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Job's finished. Job's finished.
Add-on complete. Upgrade complete.
Job's finished.
Your forces are under attack.
Job's finished.
Upgrade complete. Base is under attack.
Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished.
Add-on complete.
Job's finished.
Research complete.
Job's finished.
Base is under attack.
Job's finished.
Need a light?
Research complete.
Job's finished.
Upgrade complete.
Need a light?
All right, bring it on!
Base is under attack. Upgrade complete.
All right, bring it on!
Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy?
All right, bring it on!
Your forces are under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy?
10 minutes until dropship arrival.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Not enough energy. Your forces are under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished. I can't build there.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy?
All right, bring it on!
Your forces are under attack.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
5 minutes until dropship arrival.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished.
Your forces are under attack.
All right, bring it on!
Base is under attack. Until dropship arrival.
I can't build there. Job's finished.
Sons of Korhal dropships approaching.
Strap yourselves in, boys.
Got it. It's only 20 minutes.
Your tenure as Colonial Magistrate is suspended, pending an official investigation of your affiliation with the Sons of Korhal. Receiving incoming transmission.
Hey, man. Arcturus's boys sprung me from the prison ship. Apparently they're as frustrated with the Confederates as we are. I know their reputation, but they seem to be on the level. I think Arcturus wanted to speak with you.
Commander, Mar Sara is almost completely overrun by the Zerg. The Confederates are abandoning the planet, and so are we. However, there is one thing I'd like to do before we leave. I want you to raid this colony's Confederate outpost and retrieve whatever design or weapons schematics that you can find in their networks. With the chaos of the Confederates' evacuation, you shouldn't have any trouble getting in or out of their installation.
I'm into it.
Alrighty, we're back. So I was considering changing up my read through of the StarCraft Terran History, since I found out it's the year 2499 right now in the game. I had theorized I'm only off by 30 years or so. So I'm just gonna leave it alone. Let's separate our group. Get 1, 2. Oh boy. Gotta be careful with Jimmy. See what's going on in here. Got scientists. These guys will attack them. I don't want to kill the scientists. Civilians. Get out of there. Oh my god. Freaking pathing in this game. Kind of dumb. Hey, don't kill them. We're not murderers here. We're just getting stuff. We're thieves right now. I guess we are murderers. Send Jimmy on up over here. What do we got? Got a beacon.
Teleportation field activated.
Okay.
Hey, you're not allowed
Security cameras activated.
Oh, we got security cameras. Good. Look at these freaking guys. Stairs, what a nightmare. What's this? Automatic defense system deactivated. Well, good. We don't need that. Let's check out down here. Where was this at? Okay. Okay. More civilians. Don't want to hurt them. They're just doing their job. Freaking dumbass fire bat. And these stairs. What's gonna happen? I just about fell down these damn stairs. Wonder how he got there. Let's send Jimmy over here. So you can't queue up movements, it looks like. Maybe not.
despicable scum.
Let these creatures free. Ragnarsar, Rhinodon. Zergs. Oh shit. Shit, dude, why don't you fucking fire?
Believe it. I saw Zerg within Confederate holding pens myself, and that was over a year ago. It's clear the Confederates have known of these creatures for some time. For all we know, they could be breeding the things. Be that as it may, our priority here is accessing the Confederate network. We'll deal with the Zerg another day.
Okay. Whoa, what's... Oh, you killed people? You just can't stop, can you? Can't stop yourself from just murdering civilians. Raynor. He should be, apparently, since he's Aqua, he's a part of the Umojan group, which are the... Protectors.
Teleportation field activated.
Where are you guys going? I didn't tell you to do anything.
Unauthorized entry detected.
Uh-oh.
It's them. Blast them.
Oh, we got a ghost up here. Got it. $13. In the wake of the chaos resulting from the Zerg invasion, the Sons of Korhal escaped with the stolen data disks. Fleeing to the border colony of Antigua Prime, Arcturus' group now plans its next crucial moves against the Confederacy. 13 hours after the evacuation of Marsara, Protoss warships took up orbit around the colony and unleashed a massive planetary bombardment. All life upon the surface was extinguished. Maybe that's what it said.
Hey man, headquarters has begun analysis of the disks. They expect to have them decoded shortly. I hope whatever's on those discs is worth it.
Receiving incoming transmission from Arcturus Minsk.
You and Captain Rayner have done well, Commander. I believe our efforts have weakened the Confederacy's grip on the fringe worlds. But our job out here isn't done yet. Lieutenant Kerrigan, my second in command, will elaborate.
I'll get straight to the point. Our sources tell us that Antigua Prime is ready to begin open revolt against the Confederacy. Unfortunately, the Confederates seem to be aware of this as well. They've stationed a large detachment of Alpha Squadron troops there, under the command of General Duke.
It will be your job, Commander, to free this colony and show our good intent to the Antiguan people. Lieutenant Kerrigan will help you deal with Duke's officers. The rest of the Confederates are yours to deal with.
Captain Raynor, I finished scouting out the area and... You pig!
What? I haven't even said anything to you yet.
Yeah, but you were thinking it.
Oh, yeah. You're a telepath. Look, let's just get on with this, okay?
Look, she was
Right.
telepathically reading his mind. That's breach of privacy, and she calls him the pig.
I hate these things. They can sense me even when I'm cloaked. We should take these out.
ready to back us up, too.
That's right. We've tolerated these Confederate goons long enough.
Base is under attack. Commander, I'm picking up a large Confederate strike force advancing on our position.
Well, they're not wasting any time.
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
SCV good to go, sir.
How come my Wraith doesn't have any voice?
SCV good to go, sir.
Sounds like Dale Gribble. Normally, what's going on? Why doesn't he have a voice?
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Maybe he's a mute.
Not enough minerals.
Wraith awaiting launch orders.
He doesn't have a voice either. What's going on?
SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Base is under attack.
Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir.
Not enough minerals.
Job's finished. Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir. SCV good to go, sir.
Great.
SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished. Job's finished.
Add-on complete. Add-on complete.
Job's finished. SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Upgrade complete.
You want a piece of me, boy?
Upgrade complete. Research complete.
Rate the waiting launch orders.
Upgrade complete. Additional supply depots required. Upgrade complete. Research complete. Additional supply depots required.
Job's finished.
Oh my hell, what?
You want a piece of me, boy?
That's BS.
Job's finished.
Rate the waiting launch orders. Rate the waiting launch orders.
Where are you? Where did he go? Oh.
Upgrade complete. Your forces are under attack.
Oh.
You want a piece of me, boy? Rate the waiting launch orders.
Job's finished. Job's finished.
Rate the waiting launch orders. You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Job's finished.
Can I take your order?
You want a piece of me, boy? You want a piece of me, boy?
Research complete. Your forces are under attack. Forces are under attack. Landing sequence interrupted. Unacceptable landing zone.
Read the Wasteland orders.
SCP good to go, sir. I can't build there.
Your forces are under attack.
I can't build there. SCV good to go, sir. I can't build it. Something's in the way. SCV good to go, sir. Job's finished. Job's finished.
All right, bring it on.
Job's finished. Job finished. SCP good to go, sir.
Your forces are under attack.
Job's finished.
Base is under attack.
SCP good to go, sir.
Base is under attack. Your forces are under attack.
Neutralized. Neutralized. Neutralized.
Your forces are under attack.
Got him.